Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. We'll give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. A good position to be in here, second and inches. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Trenton Cannon on the return.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 7 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
When you turn in good, consistent performances each and every week, you will rank in the top 10 in the league in receiving yards, and he's number 7 currently, hoping to move up as time goes on.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Cannon.
Garoppolo's.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. They're trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 18 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Nick Bosa on the stop. A gain of 2 on the play. And this is 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Field goal of 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Gold is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Seahawks 3, 49ers nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Running the counter with Mostert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Draw play to the running back.
And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
These two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. From the gun on third, Garoppolo got his target, Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10.
Now remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, able to avoid him. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Seahawks.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
A gain of 15.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson gets it to Gordon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Complete to
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Down Seahawks.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 3, 49ers nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Xavier Woods on the tackle. A gain of 6 on the play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
Wilson on the keeper.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They run for it with Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you talk about averaging 100.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to back up.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now it's Carson. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play.
Now Carson fumbles the football. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20.
Let's go, let's go.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 18. 11 yards there, first down.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8.
10-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett. They'll try to run with Carson. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Second and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown.
Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this one's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Cannon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trenton Cannon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And he's found the end zone twice. And now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, What are we going to do to keep him out for a third time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And this.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. 26-17, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. 24-17, your final score. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium, see what's happening with the Giants.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Robbie Gould set to kick off.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
23-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
First and 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Marcel Daria.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
1-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards, a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Carson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Wilson with the handoff to Chris.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete to number 22.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He's tackled.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
49ers 7.
Garoppolo again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Kittle catching the slant. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Ross. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
John Ross.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
21.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and a couple. Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Walker.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
And the Seahawks first down.
This is Carson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Seahawks 27.
And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
27 yards.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
And now here's a carry heading left. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Hey, we got 3 down.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. picked off at the 38. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
First and 10.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Brings up third down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.